Broncos country, what's going on? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. We are one day away from Broncos preseason game two. Super pumped up about it, man. And there's a lot of things that I think we should be looking for and hoping to see when it comes to the second game of the preseason. But before that, guys, if you haven't already, check out some of my other videos. If you like sports news, specifically revolving around the Broncos, the Nuggets, the Abs, or the NFL entirely, or you like fantasy football stuff as well, you're gonna like a lot of the things on this channel. We focus on just raw, uncut videos, and I really like to start a community and get anybody who wants to join onto the channel. Feel free to come on anytime. So, like the video and hit that subscribe. It'll super help me out. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, hoping by week 4 of the NFL football season. All right, guys, let's break it into. So, we're going into a preseason game number 2, here against the Packers at home. Obviously, first and foremost, the number one thing you always want to see in a preseason game is no injuries or no major injuries. You want guys from both teams to come out of this clean and healthy, because that's what the preseason is about, developing. But you never want to see anybody get hurt, but especially not in the preseason. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, I think from Bo, what's really important for us and what we need to really hope that we see is that obviously he just continues where he left off. He continues to show that growth in terms of running the offense, um, looking efficient, looking decisive, getting the ball out of his hands quickly. If he can finish this game again without any sacks, that would be a huge bonus. But in addition to that, I want to see him be a little bit cleaner with his footwork, not look so much in a hurry, kind of a little bit more in rhythm, especially to start the game, stepping up in the pocket. And I'd like to see him be able to make all sorts of layer throws. So from the screens, that are or the throws behind the line of scrimmage to the short intermediate route, seams across the middle, or anything deep. You want to be able to showcase that he can do all of that and a little bit more consistently. And I'd like to see it with the starting offense a little bit more. So super excited about that. And then overall, as a team, right? What do you want to see? Well, you want to see this offensive line continue to get better, continue to show their growth. The center battle is extremely important for this team, between Forsyth and Wattenberg. So we'll continue to look at that. But it seems like right now, Wattenberg is the preferred guy when it comes to pass pro, but they like Alex Forsyth a little bit more when it comes to running the ball. So how does this offensive line hold up? I'd like to see them obviously be really great in pass protection, specifically Bowles and McGlinchey, penalty free. And I want to see them be able to really dominate in terms of a run blocking as well. Um, I don't know if the Packers are going to be playing a lot of starters on defense. I know offensively they're not, but that gives you more of a reason why we need to make sure that we're running the ball and we're very, very efficient, because that is what this offense is going to be about. And we need to, really be able to build on that and make sure that we're doing that. Defensively, man, I wanna see the secondary play super well. I hope we get to see Brandon Jones in this game, not sure if we will, but I'd like to see, PJ Locke take that next step. I wanna see which of the corners between Riley Moss and Damari Mathis are gonna steal the job. I expect for all of the starters to be named sometime next week after this game, and that position is included. At first, I would say Damari Mathis probably had a little bit of the, advantage just because of how he's been playing in camp, and in last game. But Riley Moss is really kind of coming to his own. Not only did he start playing well before the last preseason game, he had a pretty decent showing. But from reports that I saw, he played really, really, really well in the joint practice against the Packers. So you love to see it. Cortland Sutton and Pat Surtain had some great things to say about him. So it could be Riley Moss's job to lose. But either way, I like both of these guys, and I'm just curious to see who's going to end up being the starter. And then we know Levi Wallace. He'll most likely still make this team, and he'll be a really good veteran backup, somebody that we can rely on the back end as well. So I would like to see that, and I want to see these tight ends continue to produce. Right? It looks like Kroll, man. He's knock on wood. He looks like he was back at practice. His toe injury wasn't a big deal. So if he's playing, I would love to see him and Dulcich be able to really make plays. If it's just going to be Dulcich, you want to see him continue to grind, continue to get confident in his health and confident in his body to be able to go through the grinds of the game and come out clean. But we really need tight end production. And if it's Nate Atkins that is, adding a little bit of extras, or Adam Troutman, or Compmeyer, whoever it might be, I'm all about it. And I would like to see the tight ends really do some work. And The last thing is I want to see Troy Franklin. I made a video about this yesterday, but we really need to see something from Troy Franklin, mainly for his confidence. I think we kind of know what he's capable of. We know the athleticism that he has, but you really want to see somebody like that get into his own and be able to really make sure that he's somebody that can contribute because he does bring a unique skill set. I think it's going to be a red shirt year regardless. But just for his own sake, I'd like to see him go out there, make some plays, get the ball in his hands. Um, so that'll be super important as well. And I want to see this punting battle. I'm kind of intrigued by it. Nobody's really talking about it because really at the end of the day, we don't care too much about punters. But I think it's interesting. Um, a punter is always one of those positions where you don't think about it too much until there's a really big mistake, right? At a crucial part of the game. Um, and I think we are going to be a team that's going to be in every game. It doesn't mean that we're going to win every game, but we're going to be in a ton of close games this year, regardless of who the quarterback is, which is going to be both. But we're going to be in a lot of close games, and a, a, a punter can really make or break a lot of those, depending on the field position and all that. So I'd like to see Trenton Gill get a little bit more opportunities there, for sure. And lastly, I want to be able to really see Jonas Griffith play better. I truly still believe that Jonas Griffith is a better inside linebacker, especially in his defense, than Cody Barton is. The coaching staff right now seems to disagree, but I know Jonas Griffith has missed a lot of football. There's a lot of rust there, and so if he can play to the level that we've seen him play, especially given that he just really is an athletic freak, I think he can be a game changer next to Alex Singleton and bring a really unique skill set there. So I'd like to see him play better too, for sure. Let me know what you guys think. What are you looking forward to? I feel like there's just so many things in this game that are going to be interesting. I'd like to know what you're looking forward to seeing the most. Obviously, besides Bo Nix playing well. Um, and another thing, another food for thought before we end it here is Zach Wilson going to take the backup role from Jarrett Stidham? It certainly doesn't feel that way, especially because the the way in which the order in camp has always been. But I think that there's a chance if Stidham just is kind of who he is in tomorrow's game, and Zach Wilson plays well again, I think what'll end up happening is in the third game, Zach Wilson might just get the start. He might just play the whole game, and if he plays really well, then they have a decision to make because there might be teams that are interested in trading for Stidham or Zach, um, or they might want to save some money on the cap. That's something that you can't forget about at this time of the year. So let me know what y'all think. What are you guys looking forward to? Until then, guys, go Broncos. We'll have a preview tomorrow. Some fantasy content coming out as well. So, mile high salute, everybody. Spend time with those that you love. And as always,